Am I live yet? No, that's still spinning. There I am. I am live, yay, on Facebook. And now, as always, everybody, it takes Sheila 8 million years to get her little technology done. Someday, I'm going to like have a producer or something. So I'll have to do all this stuff myself. Anyway, so welcome everyone as you come in. I'll welcome you again as we go along. Those of you who are regulars, you know the drill. Tell us where you're coming from, what state do you hail from, and let us know that you're here. It always takes a while. There's Marie. All right, greetings from Michigan. Hi, Marie. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm so excited to have my buddy, Paul Frasier, who I have decided has to be my second son. And don't anybody tell my son. But anyway, Paul and I have known each other for a few years now, and I just love him and his family. And Ontario has rung in. Hey, Corinne, thank you for coming. Hi, Susie. Susie is my Washington girl. So thanks, you guys, for making time to join us today as I talk to the amazing Paul Frasier, who has got quite an interesting past and is still living an interesting life. And I just love him. He's so creative and smart. And someday we're going to have a famous song together by the time I'm done nagging him at some point. But we'll get to that in a minute. So I'll just keep saying hi as you're all ringing in. And why does my head always itch when I start? It's either my nose or my head. Why is that? The minute the camera starts, it's not nervous. You know, I'm never nervous, you guys, because I get to talk. Never nervous about that. But anyway, hi to Lisa. We've got Ohio coming in. And who else? South Carolina has arrived. So hello. Hi, Cindy from Ohio. Thank you for joining us, you guys. So we've got some bodies here. I'm going to jump in and I'll introduce those of you who have actually made it no time to Paul, and then we will do this again in the background. If you hear rattling in the background, that's Gerhardt, the kitchen boy, who is rattling around putting away dishes for me because he has to earn his keep. So pay no attention to Gerhardt in the background, you guys. Anyway, and hi, Teresa. Hi, Becky. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, ahead of time. Appreciate you joining us. So let me tell you a little bit about Paul. I'm going to let Paul actually tell you a little bit about Paul in a minute here. But I actually met Paul a few years back when we were going to church in Ocean Shores, which many of you also know is my inspiration from Moonlight Harbor. And he was leading the music, and I thought, well, that'd be fun. I want to do that. And so I just boldly went up and introduced myself and bugged him and said, hey, can I play music with you? And he was very nice and said, yeah, even though you have white hair, I'll let you do that. And so we've kind of become friends since then. But Paul, I want you to tell them you were living in Ocean Shores now, but you originally were a Seattle guy. Tell them about what you were going to do before you became a family man. Tell them about your kind of exotic background here.
I don't know how exotic it is, but I originally hail from the Seattle area. My wife and I moved around quite a bit, but I spent most of my life in music through school and high school and symphonic orchestra, and then started playing guitar and started joining bands. And I guess in my mid to late 20s and into my 30s, I started playing in rock bands. And the last band I was in started getting pretty successful pretty quickly. We're breaking ground, which was really exciting, put out a couple records. And but as I started to get a little older and my wife and I decided to start a family, the rock and roll lifestyle was not really working. So one had to give. And I decided that it would be the rock lifestyle. And so
I'm glad it was the rock style and not the family.
No, I chose the wife and kids, thankfully. And so pretty much at the height of our success, not too long after the release of our second record, I wrote a letter to my band and said I'm parting ways. And my family had a vacation home in Ocean Shores, and we left for vacation the same week that I left the band, and we decided to never leave. And we've been out here in Ocean Shores ever since.
And I know some of my Washington friends have been out there and know what a cool little town it is. It's just, they call themselves a city, but I think that might be a stretch.
Yes.
It's more of a town, of a beach town, and it's really lovely out there. But so Paul decided, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. But he still has kept his hand in with the music. And like I said, and we dabble a little in doing some songwriting together. And
Yes.
Paul is now he's actually working on writing his first book, which is very exciting. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. We'll keep you posted on how that goes. But he's also, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. He's also doing a small business because you guys, I got to tell you how this is. A lot of you already know how this works. If you are creative, if you are in the arts, you are either super rich or you are struggling. You are just working it what you can. You got your day job and you're trying to make ends meet. And that's probably part of why Paul has started this little business on the side here. He has twin boys. Tell us what that's like having twins, by the way.
um, well, I don't really know what it's like to have single kids. I just know the twin lifestyle, and I know that it's much different, but it's pretty interesting raising two boys at the same developmental stage mentally and height and hunger and all of those things. It's pretty much nonstop, but they are amazing children. I've learned more about myself and life through them. But I would say it's just kind of well, boys, having one boy I think would be hard enough than having two.
For sure. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
they're just balls of energy, you know, and they like to wrestle and they like to argue, and but they also really love each other, and they're also very creative on their own. And one of them really loves to make people laugh, and the other one's kind of more of a brainiac and likes to be uh, doing chemistry or doing math or creating stories. So they're both very different and very similar at the same time.
Very interesting. And yeah, one of them more introspective than the other. There's
Yes.
your heart working away in the kitchen again. You can have the night off, honey. Oh, he's such a good guy. Oh my goodness. Where was I going with all that? I got thinking about my husband. I lost my train of thought. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, they're really great kids and just very fun. And a quick hi to Pam who has joined us from Gatlinburg. And no worries being late. Hi Heather Ann. Hi Carolyn. Sheila Roberts. I see someone behind you now. And then yeah, that's Gerhard doing his duty. A lot of times Gerhard, as many of you know, is working in the background with me and taking notes and things. And tonight he is just the kitchen boy, but at some point he's going to get out of the kitchen. Anyway, and hi, I see Anne Marie has joined us from Massachusetts. Thank you so much. And so we are going to talk in a little bit about some more about Paul's life and about this new business that he is starting. And but first, because he was a musician, we're going to play a little music game. I'll get into more of that too in a minute, though, guys. You don't necessarily have to have a pen and paper because on this one, don't be disappointed, but this is not a compete for a prize game. We're just doing this for the fun of it because Christmas is going to be coming right around the corner soon here. Thanksgiving is almost upon us, and that will be coming next. And I am going to try, you guys. I am going to be down out at the beach for a while in December, and I'm thinking I might try and do a Christmas party. Although sometimes our Wi-Fi down there can get a little weird, so I don't know if I'm going to try that or not. I do have giveaways for you guys, but we might just go ahead and do a Christmas party here online. We shall see. But meanwhile, let's do a little bit of pre-Christmas play because Paul has a music background. I'm be quizzing him, and you guys feel free to ring in here. Hi, Tanya. I see you've arrived from Illinois. Thanks for joining us. So this is, and we did this with, if you guys were watching what I posted on Instagram with Nancy Nagel, we did this with book titles where we just make up a different title and you have to guess what the real title is. And we've done something similar like this before with songs. So these are Christmas carols that you all know are Christmas songs, but I have created a different title. So I'm going to read you the title and then you're going to have to all guess what the song is. And we'll see if you guys can guess any better than Paul. By the way, hi Peggy, thanks for joining us. And hi Patty from Minnesota. Hi! They're the boys, they're my guys. These guys are just so way fun. They beat me at all kinds of games, horrid children that they are. All right, guys, do you want to try and guess this game too?
Sure.
So she's going to say some lyrics to a Christmas song, but they're not going to be the actual lyrics, and you have to try and guess what the song is.
I think
It's actually the title. So we'll see.
Oh, okay.
So this is a really easy one that I tried on your dad beforehand. It's the only one I gave him. But ladies out there, what do you think the real title of this song is? Guys, don't say anything until I count to 3, because that way everybody has a chance to think out there. So nothing until I say, okay, go. So ladies, here's the title number 1 for the Christmas song. My title is The Cold Dude. What's the real title? Don't say it yet, guys. The Cold Dude. I'll count to 1, 2, and 3. Okay,
Frosty
boys.
the Snowman.
Yes, Frosty the Snowman. Did anybody out there get that? Ladies, if you want to, I should probably try and post this. So if you guys want to play this with your friends over Thanksgiving or Christmas, you can. But that was number 1. Okay, here's number 2. Don't guess yet. In fact, you guys, just if you look cute, I want to see if your dad knows it. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can say, I know. That's all you can say, boys. Okay. All right, ladies out there. Yeah, somebody said Frosty. Yep, girls, you're right. Frosty the Snowman. Number 2, Happiness to the Globe. Happiness to the Globe. Okay, ladies out there, do you know what this is?
What it is?
Jingle bells.
Do you know?
Nope.
Do you know, boys?
Yes.
Just nod. Do you guys know?
I know what it is.
All right, what is it? What is it?
Joy to the World.
Very good.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
Cindy wrote, she goes, darn spell check. Cindy wrote, First the Snowman. Oh, don't we love spell check? Okay, here's number 3. I think I'm going to stump you all on this. I really do. But those of you who are readers should know this big word. Perambulating through the snow with Alice. Perambulating through the snow with Alice. Who knows what that is? I even stumped Paul. I like that. Perambulating through the snow with Alice. Randy had
Well, I know it. I just can't think of the actual.
Yeah, that's what they all say when they don't know. Hey, ladies, anybody out there get that one? Perambulating through the snow with Alice.
Well, it's obvious, but what's the song? I can't think of it.
By the way,
It's,
guys, did you know that Paul used to have really long hair when he was a rock musician?
Yes,
Yes.
like down to here.
Winter Wonderland. Yes, Peggy got it. Did you guys know that one?
That
In a Winter Wonderland.
yeah, I was the one horse open sleigh. That's I was,
Yes, dashing through the
Jingle
snow.
bells.
Somebody had that, but that's not because perambulating like you're walking. Okay,
Right.
so number 4, All Quiet After Dark. All Quiet After Dark.
Stumped.
Okay, boys, do you know it? They're
No.
shrugging. Ladies, do you know it? All Quiet After Dark. I'm looking. I don't see anything coming in yet. Do.
it's a song.
Do you give up? Who gives up? Do everybody give up? Oh, somebody got it. Tanya got it. Silent Night. Silent Night.
Tanya?
Okay. This is a slightly newer one. She had a fatal accident with Dasher. She had a fatal accident.
Oh,
with...
I know this one.
Okay, what is it?
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Yes.
That's it.
I love that song. I should not love that song. Now that I'm a
No.
grandma, I love that song, but I love that song. Okay. Okay, this is kind of a stretch. And Paul, I don't even know if you were born when this song came out, but somebody here is going to know that. Yep. Corrine had it right. Grandma got run over. Randy said, "Oh, holy night." Oh, for the when it's all quiet. That was a good one. Okay, so here is another one. A holiday, the color of a summer sky. A holiday, the color of a summer sky.
I know the song, but I
No,
can't.
you can't know that. You boys don't know that.
I'm dead. I think.
Do you know it, Paul?
A holiday in a
The
summer
color
sky.
of a summer sky. Okay, ladies
It
out
sounds
there.
like a jazz song.
Any Elvis fans out there?
Oh,
Blue Christmas. Ann got it.
Blue Christmas.
I'll have a blue Christmas. Oh,
We
all right.
just listened to that like
That-
2
that's-
weeks ago.
Here's our last one. All right, our last one. Small trio of rulers. Small trio of rulers.
Oh, I'll
Yeah,
let
let's
your
have
guess.
it.
Dead. I'm dead.
We trace kings.
Very good. We three kings, guys. Did anybody get that? I'll try and post those for y'all later in case you want to play that on somebody when you're doing your Thanksgiving gatherings. Okay, guys, time for you to scram. Get out of here. We're going to do business.
Okay, see you later, Sheila.
Bye, guys. They're so fun. Really, really nice kids and a really nice family, which is, of course, partly why I wanted to have Paul on because this is a new business for them. It's a business. They had the equipment for this business to do for a while, but this is their first year venturing into doing Christmas ornaments. And I'm thinking, as we're all getting ready, you can send this. They can ship this right from Amazon, right? Because they can order it on Amazon and ship these. And especially for those of us in the Northwest who want to send a Northwest feel, these are kind of Northwest Indian, Native American oriented, and they're pretty fun. So if you're wanting something unique, this might be the thing for you. So we'll give you the more information on that. Paul's going to give some show and tell a little bit here, and you'll get to see those. I was going to get back to a little bit more, so you know a little bit more about my friend Paul. Paul actually also, do any of you remember way back when we were doing with the Moonlight Harbor book, and I'm trying to remember which book that was. It was kind of like the romantic, who's she going to pick with Jenna? So bad, we can't remember her own character's name, Jenna Jones. And she's going to pick, and she had Seth and she had Brody. And I needed male models to be Seth and Brody because we wanted to do pictures and take pictures at the beach. And I suckered my son into being Brody. And then I needed somebody who would do brooding. I said, Paul, you want to be a model? Do you want to be a brooding model? He goes, yeah, I want to be a brooding model. And so we had a bunch of pictures. So I don't know if any of you were around to remember those because we had vote on which one that she should pick. And it was kind of sad, really, because Paul beat out my son, the ones that they should pick, because all the ladies like brooding Seth in the book series. And so my poor son, he lost out to Paul. But there you go. Oh, hi, Kathy. It's okay, you're late. What? I'm sorry, what?
I was playing the good guy character, so he was going to really win anyways.
Well, they both were good guys, but women we like brooding heroes. We just do, we want the guy with the edge, and the whole thing in writing a lot on social media, women are talking about the gray hero. He's morally gray. I'm like, well, that sounds kind of creepy to me, but women just like bad guys. And so he was kind of posing being our bad guy. Yeah. I see Linda's come in from North Carolina. Hello, and hi, Heather Ann. And yes, Kathy's coming from Idaho. Thanks, you guys. No worries that you're late because this will stay up on the Facebook page after we're done here. And I'm also, when we're done, I'm going to post a link so you can see the Christmas ornaments and have a chance to go over to Amazon and see if you might like to do a little bit of Christmas shopping early. Let me ask quickly, who is all done with their shopping already? I am done. My stuff. Are you really? Oh, wow. Okay, that's impressive. What did you get me? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I can't tell you that. I got you an ornament.
All right, an ornament. Oh gosh, that's funny. Yeah. So has anybody done their shopping yet? Mine is pretty much done. I'm going to be mailing all my things that need to be mailed are hopefully going out tomorrow because we're going to be traveling, and I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving with the kids in California and then doing some more traveling when we get back. So it's like I'm having to get ready really, really early this year. So, oh my goodness. But so who's got their Christmas shopping done? Mostly done, says Caroline. That's good. That's good. Does anybody do homemade ornaments? Who does homemade things like, I don't know, cookies and candies and those kind of things? I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing all kinds of stuff on Instagram and on TikTok of all these amazing homemade ornaments and things people are doing. And the cooking stuff is the best. Yeah. I've seen snowman truffles. I'm going to make those. I've seen little brownie Christmas trees. I thought I can handle that. There's just so much cool stuff out there, and I would like to make it all, but then I will balloon up to, I don't even know, I will weigh 3 times the size of my husband if I bake everything I'm seeing, but it all looks so good. Nancy said I shopped for my boxer Shiloh. Oh, and for your Christmas dog, for her all year long. That's very fun. So for those of you, homemade Christmas cards and cookies. That's the most special. It really is. And it's always fun to get homemade stuff. But for those of you who are wanting something a little special that you want to be able to easily ship to Amazon, Paul has got some show and tell. He's going to show us a couple of his ornaments and just dangle those. Can you dangle those up there for us?
Yeah, I can do my best. So we have like two variations. This would be a wildlife orca in a maple wood. And this would be the same ornament in a color wood. Now, Sheila said the pictures make it look pink and gray, but it's actually black and red. And we have, other things like a wildlife wolf or my wife calls it the fishing bear. I will say bear with fish, but it's
I like fishing bear.
yeah. So, and then we have it in like a maple color, and we have them that come in these nice little packages with
Very
what
nice.
we are, with a little description of what. There we go. Little description.
That's very cool. So it tells you about it. Oh, I like
yeah.
that. What's the name of the company again?
It's Artifact USA, and I actually bought it from our mutual friend Homer.
Yes, we have another friend at the beach who had this company, and Paul has taken over it, which is really neat to see that still going. Yes, they are lovely. These are really fun, you guys, and it's, if you want to support your favorite young musician who is temporarily trying to feed his family before he gets famous with Sheila, this would be a really good time. This would be a really good thing to do. So, and I am going to, when we're done, I'm going to put the link up on Amazon so that you guys can have that and see it. So we'll circle back to that again, because some of you might end up coming in late and won't know what on earth we're talking about. So again, I'm talking with my friend Paul Frasier, who is a musician, almost became big time rock star. And I know, as you all know, that is not necessarily a life that's conducive to family life. And so they were just on the verge of hitting it big. And he thought, this is probably not a good idea, and backed out and said, I'm not going to do this. And so he wound up going into more of the church and worship end of things. And then now he's doing this. And as I mentioned earlier, he's actually working on his first book. I'm going to get a chance to have a peek at it when we go down to the beach here. So who knows, maybe in another year we might be here talking about Paul's new book. You never know. That's what I'm kind of hoping. But anyway, and of course, as we mentioned, Paul has twins. So how does Christmas morning, when do you guys do Christmas? Do you do Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
Both. Christmas Eve is pretty low key, and when we first moved out here, we actually ended up spending the first 4 years spending, Thanksgiving and Christmas on the road, traveling back to Seattle to see family. And then we made a vow that we're never going to do that again. So for the last handful of years, we've got to spend Christmas at home, which has been very nice, but it's pretty low key event. We try to, I try to stretch Christmas out as long as we can keep it going. And fortunately, the kids get distracted with whatever they open. So they'll open one gift, play with that for like 15 minutes, and then go to the next gift. So Christmas can last a good couple of hours for us around here. And we just listen to, we have a large collection of Christmas records that we just play and spin throughout the whole day.
Very fun. That's very cool. Yeah. And does your wife make anything special for Christmas Day?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about special. We have a handful of things. I mean, Haley, she loves to cook and bake. So, the table is always full of delicious food. But I don't know if we have any family special dishes for the holidays. Maybe some cookies that she makes really good snickerdoodles. So that's always my request.
Love snickerdoodles. That's such a fun little cookie that's been around forever, but boy, love those. So no, not really any Christmas traditions yet, other than we're staying home and not driving all over the planet.
That's the tradition we've really tried to make, is because, for the first 5 years of our life, it's been, traveling, and we got really tired of that. So just to be able to be home, and, I worked at a church forever. So a lot of Christmases or Christmas Eves you're spending, I think it was last year, Christmas fell on Sunday, didn't it?
I can't remember.
It was either that or the year before. I think it was the year before, and then last year it was on Christmas Eve. So, both of those days I was at work on Christmas morning. So this is the first Christmas I've had in a long time where I'm just going to wake up and spend with the family.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Well,
Yeah.
and I remember those days too because I used to do the music for church for many years, and my family, their big thing. And that time we were all living on a little family compound, but Christmas Eve was our big thing, and I was always being drafted to go, do the music as a Christmas Eve service. And my
Yeah.
family said, "Where are you going? We do Christmas Eve here too." So it was always hard to juggle all of that. And I do love Christmas Eve candlelight services. I think
Yeah.
those are just so special. But the people who have to put all that together, sometimes they pay a bit of a price because they're the ones putting it together for everybody
Yeah.
else. And the musicians, and those of you who know musicians, you know how that works. There's so much work that goes into putting
Yeah.
together music for any event. There's so much practicing. I have to tell you a very funny story about Gerhard and myself. This is many years ago when we were younger, and as a lot of I did a lot, played in bands and stuff when I was a hot young thing. I was once upon a time, guys, seriously. But anyway, we decided, we got together with some other friends, and we were just going to do a band for the heck of it. And we taught Gerhard to play the drums, or he was working on playing the drums. And he actually has a good sense of rhythm. He could have been good, but he didn't understand the concept of going, why do we have to practice every week? It's like, because we're musicians and we're a band and you have to practice. And so eventually that kind of died because he just like, I don't know, I have to practice every week. And of course that's how that works when you're a musician. You're always working. Heather says, I make lasagna. Oh, yum. And hubby and I pass out to anyone we might find in need on Christmas Eve. That is a lovely tradition. I love that. How cool is that? What a great idea. Very, very cool. That's a lovely tradition, Heather. Anybody else have any fun traditions that they do? Our big family tradition was always the red velvet cake. It started when the kids were little, and you did the birthday cake for Jesus and blow out the candles, and then they got bigger and they didn't want to blow out the candles, but we kept the cake. And one year I thought, I'm gonna try something different because we need variety. And oh my gosh, my kids are grown by now, and they're like, where's the red velvet cake? So that trying something different did not go over well. And I think I have mentioned on other things that I have heard that if you do something more than 3 times, then it's a tradition. And so so be careful what you incorporate into your family because they might be going, whoa, wait a minute. And I bet some of you who are older are probably going through this now. We have reached that point now where the kids are grown, and now our one granddaughter who got married, it has always been Christmas Eve with my big noisy extended family, and then Christmas Day with our own kids and family. Well, the one family there in California, but then we'd have our daughter and her kids. Well, the one granddaughter got married, and it's going to like her husband's family house for Christmas Day. I'm like, what? Wait, what? You always hear it. It's all about me, Nana. And so it's been like, oh my gosh, what a shocking development. We are going to get together a little beforehand, but it's like, oh wow. So sometimes you have these Christmas traditions, or how it's always been, and you have to let go of them, and you have to be nice and share. I didn't realize I was going to have to share. I should have known because with my grown kids married, it's like, oh yeah, no, I have to share. But sharing is good. Sharing is caring, as Mitch said in The Merry Matchmaker. Sharing is caring. Anyway, so sharing. Speaking of sharing, hold up your ornaments again, Paul, so everybody can see them. That's our bear one. And they can get these. They can get these. They're plain or painted, right?
Yeah. Well, they're not painted. They're stained. They're both wood, and they're just stained and layered. So you have black and red, and then just a maple color. And like here's just the maple. It's a hardwood. So provided you don't throw it around, it'll last a long time. And,
I like I kind of like the plain. That's really
pretty. No, they both look.
I like that one too, the black and red. And again, it doesn't look like that as much in the picture, but it's like
and like this is a salmon, and so they're mostly salmon. Like this is a native styled salmon, and so anything that's in color is also in maple. And then we have like a Pacific Northwest line. So like we have the Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch. If any of you are from the Northwest, you know about Sasquatch. That's a big deal up here.
Yeah.
Especially the wooded areas. You see Sasquatch figurines everywhere. Beach. Very cool. So you have choices.
Yeah, we have online right now. We have 7. We picked 7 of our most popular sellers over the years, but we have like I think 60 different variety, different ornaments, but we decided to just kind of consolidate it all into the best sellers for this trial run. It's selling on Amazon for the first time and see what happens.
I think that's a really good idea. I'm looking at
Yeah.
some of what people have posted here. The sons look forward to the puppy chow, peanut butter blossoms, and multiple other cookies. Puppy chow, is that the stuff for the Chex Mix? Or Tanya, post more about that, okay, would you please? And maybe even post the recipe. That would be fun to have. And Bonnie said, we have Grandpa's shopping spree. Everyone gets $5 to buy a gift and put it in a bag, do a present swap, and have soup for dinner. Oh, I like that. Sounds so nice and easy. Oh, soup for dinner sounds good to me. Uh, and let's see. Oh, yeah. Somebody said sass. She's so going to get that. Yeah, Sasquatch. You got to have that. Was Heather Ann. You got to have sass if you're all in the woods or the Northwest or know these places where Sasquatch supposedly lives. So Nancy said, when I was a kid, Christmas Eve, we'd have pizza. Oh, that sounds good. After supper, Dad would drive us kids around to look at Christmas lights. When we get home, Santa came and we'd have our free-for-all opening presents. Oh my gosh, Dad worked 365 days per year, so this is what worked for us. I think that's a great idea. Do you guys go and look at Christmas lights, Paul?
Are
there any
not so much. There's not like there's a guy down the road who puts on a pretty big display every year, but the last couple of years it's gotten a little much. You know, he has all the inflatable snowman and inflatable thing, and his whole yard is just completely covered in it. But you'd have to go pretty far because not many people do Christmas lights out here. But when I lived back in the city, yeah, that was a staple of
a big thing to do. Well, and it gets windy down there, so having Christmas lights, I mean, your lights will just blow off your house, so it's not quite the place for that. Oh, there's a good suggestion. Marie said you should do a book related ornament. I don't know if you guys have a thing you can do for that, but boy, that's a good suggestion because so many of us are readers and writers. I think a lot of people would buy a book.
Well, we were gonna do bookmarkers, like wood bookmarkers at one point.
Well,
Haley keeps.
Well, we can always branch out for next year, right? I mean, how it is with any business, guys, they have to kind of start small because it takes a while. They can't do everything. Somebody, where did that post go? Okay, Crispix instead of Chex Mix, peanut butter, and milk chocolate, and then sprinkle with powdered sugar.
Muddy Buddies, that's what those are.
That sounds really good. Yeah, I think I want me some puppy chow. That sounds really yummy. Oh my goodness. Pretty fun. Well, guys, we're gonna my dinner is cooking. Gerhard has passed out from hunger, and so I'm just seeing if there's anything else I needed to ask Paul. I think that is it. So he also has a Facebook page, and I'm trying to think of what's the Facebook page under?
Artifact USA.
Okay, I'm gonna Artifact USA.
And that's artifact with an E. If you spell it with an I, something else will come up.
Artifact.
Yeah.
USA is Paul's site on Facebook. Oopsie. It's hard. I'm a fast typist, except for when I'm trying to do this here. Facebook. So I just posted that in the comments. And I will post the Amazon link for those of you who would like to kind of help him launching his family business. And and whoops, Carolyn said you could do a bookmark all year. She's right. You could just, that could be, it doesn't have to be seasonal and maybe keeping things going. I like the idea of a bookmark because I think people would definitely buy that. So very fun.
Yeah.
And Cindy thinks your ornaments are cool, so it's great to learn about you. And ladies, I do appreciate you all coming and hanging out and getting to know Paul a little bit. And if you do have some Christmas shopping left to do, even if you don't, it'd be great if you want to invest in an ornament. I think everybody should have a Sasquatch ornament, frankly, because that's what you should. And if you're wanting people to have, if any of you have taken an Alaskan cruise, you want that Native American salmon, because we in the Northwest see these things all the time because that's native to where we live.
Yeah.
It's a fun present for anybody who has done an Alaskan cruise. If you're wanting to give them a good memory, that might be a fun thing to do. But whoopsie, where am I? I'm going to first say goodbye to our gang who are hanging out with us live on Instagram. Thank you so much. And I know this probably will disappear, but I really appreciate you taking time to hang out with us, learn a little bit about Paul Frasier and his Christmas ornament business that he's doing. And hopefully you got here in time to try our holiday Christmas song title quiz. If not, I might have to do that again at some point. But first of all, goodbye to our people on Insta. Thank you for coming. And now we're going to say goodbye to our troops here. Thank you again, guys. You're always so good to show up for all these things. I have so many more cool things planned for January and February. Just not going to believe how many cool authors I have coming and how many fun things we're going to be doing. So be sure you check in. And by the way, those of you who have not had a chance to put up a review for the Merry Matchmaker, I would love that. That'd be a good little Christmas present you can give me. So hop on that. And meanwhile, I hope you all have a fabulous Thanksgiving and enjoy that turkey and that pumpkin pie. And I will be back with more fun for you guys very soon.